When it comes to making decisions about fencing products, what is it that farmers are really concerned about? Three things: quality, reliability and longevity. Serious farmers understand that fencing is one of their most important investments. That's why Cyclone is one of New Zealand's leading suppliers of fencing products. It's all about a rigorous commitment to quality control, ensuring that products meet farmers' expectations in the field and stand the test of time. None of this is possible without the backing of a major player in the steel industry, which is why Cyclone fencing products are produced in partnership with Fletcher Pacific Wire, part of the Fletcher's group of companies. Fletcher Pacific occupies an extensive site in Auckland, New Zealand. It incorporates a steel plant, rolling mill and wire products mill. Let's take a closer look. Fletcher Pacific Steel is New Zealand's only producer of wire rod reinforcing and merchant bar products for the New Zealand market and services an increasing number of markets in Australia, the Pacific Islands and Pacific Rim countries. Fletcher Pacific Wire is New Zealand's only producer of galvanised and zinc aluminium coated wire. Customers include steel merchants, rural merchants, wire processors and building product merchants. The company has been leading the way in quality fencing products since 1903. It produces and markets wire products for fencing, including galvanised fencing wire, zinc aluminium fencing wire, barbed wire, sheep, goat and deer netting fences, droppers, staples and chain link. It all starts here in the steel plant. The steel making process begins with scrap blending. The scrap steel is graded and magnetically sorted. Bulky items are shredded first in order to make the extraction of non-magnetic elements more effective. Magnetic sorting ensures that materials like plastic, rubber, aluminium, copper and lead are removed. A carefully selected blend of iron and steel scrap is lifted by overhead magnetic and hydraulic cranes into an electric arc furnace. The scrap steel blend is then melted in the furnace at an intense 1700 degrees Celsius. Burnt lime is added to form what is known as slag. The slag creates reactions within the molten metal and impurities are removed into the slag. When the correct temperature and chemical analysis has been achieved, 47 tonne of liquid steel is tapped into a preheated refining ladle. The ladle is moved to the ladle furnace where alloying elements such as ferrosilicon, ferromanganese and silicomanganese are added and the steel is further refined to meet the required steel specification. Inert gas bubbled through the steel ensures the temperature and chemical properties remain consistent throughout the liquid steel. When the refining is completed, the ladle is transferred to the 3-strand continuous billet caster. Here the flow of steel is initiated from the ladle into a refractory line tundish. The tundish divides the steel into 3 strands through metered nozzles which feed water-cooled billet moulds. The molten steel forms a billet. This billet is progressively cooled and solidified, after which it is cut to length for the rolling operation. The steelmaking facilities have been continuously upgraded to include the latest technology, ensuring that Fletcher Pacific Steel is on the leading edge of productivity, performance and environmental standards in the world. Fletcher Pacific Steel's Technical Services Unit operates as an integral part of the production team and provides specific mechanical and chemical information on every tonne of steel produced at the plant. Stringent quality checks are carried out during the casting and rolling process to ensure quality standards are maintained throughout. The metallurgical team provides sample testing, examination, macro and micro photographic services. It all adds up to steel production of the highest quality. The 1.5 tonne steel billets are reheated in the gas-fired furnace prior to the rolling process. The billets are then rolled through a series of rolling stands, gradually reducing the cross-section into the desired finished product shape, such as coiled rod for wire drawing. The rod rolling line incorporates rolling through carbide discs for improved size shape and surface quality of the rod and controlled cooling so that the mechanical properties of the rod are consistent throughout. The coiled rod is produced in many specifications. The rod used in wire drawing and galvanizing has several variations of size and grade, basically to suit the wire properties required. Next stop is the wire mill. The coiled rod has a coating of mill scale, a residue from the rolling process which must be removed prior to wire drawing. The scale is removed by a mechanical descaling operation, which is achieved by reverse bending the rod, followed by mechanical brushing to remove all residual scale. The descaled rod is then drawn through a series of reducing dies by geared motor blocks positioned behind each reducing die. The number of dies used is dependent on the diameter of wire that is required. The wire rod is lubricated with wire drawing soap prior to passing through each die to reduce friction and ensure a good surface quality. Cyclone supplies two main types of wire, zinc galvanized wire and its signature product, a zinc aluminium alloy coated wire. The galvanizing coating process requires that the wire be clean of all traces of the soap lubricant. This cleaning is achieved using a solution of caustic soda, followed by rinsing with water. The next step is the hydrogen furnace, which is designed to heat treat the wire and to eliminate all oxides from the wire surface, producing a clean reactive surface for the zinc to bond to without the need for flux. It's important that there is no potential for iron oxide formation before the wire enters the zinc bath to prevent any misgalv problems. This is achieved by heating the wire in an atmosphere of hydrogen, which reduces any remaining iron oxide to pure iron. Once it enters the furnace, the wire is not exposed to oxygen again until after it has passed through the zinc galvanizing bath. The wire emerges vertically from the zinc bath and is immediately wiped. The coating thickness is achieved by using one of three wiping systems. The electromagnetic wipe is a new wiping system developed in-house and now being sold around the world. It delivers a more precise, consistent and controllable wiping process with less variation in coat weight. A gas gravel wipe is also used for achieving heavy galvanized coat weights. The pad wipe is used to remove excess free zinc for standard and lower galvanized coat weights. After galvanizing, the wire is passed through a number of water jets to quench the zinc and cool the wire. The wire is then passed through a wax tank to lubricate the wire for the coiling operation. Fletcher Pacific's wire's zinc aluminium wire totally eclipses the corrosion resistance performance of traditional galvanized products. Fletcher Pacific Wire's products are tested utilizing Australasian fencing and coating standards, among the most exacting in the world. Fletcher Pacific Wire also undertakes two additional tests. The first of these additional tests, the elongation test, determines the degree of pliability of the wire, which reflects directly on the ease of working with the wire. The second additional test, the Priest test, goes beyond traditional coat weight tests in assessing the evenness of the coat weight on the surface area of the wire. The standard tests are also completed. These are the tensile or break load test, which determines the strength of the wire, the wrap test, which determines the quality of the galvanizing adhesion and assures sufficient malleability so that wire will tie without fracture, and the coat weight test, which ensures overall coat weight meets required standards. Cyclone carries a range of quality fencing products for the New Zealand and international market. Cyclone twin lock fence remains a popular choice for farmers, with a reputation for being reliable and easy to work with in all farming conditions. This fence is produced on a hinge joint machine. The hinge joint is produced when the stay wires are twisted around the line wire. Cyclone TIGHTLOCK fence has been in production since the mid-1920s. TIGHTLOCK's increased strength and durability makes it ideal for medium to high intensity farming or in conditions where reliability is essential. Cyclone TIGHTLOCK is manufactured using a combination of medium tensile vertical wires and high tensile line wires locked together with a soft wire knot. The line wires are spaced specifically for animal type, making TIGHTLOCK a superior choice for traditional cattle farmers as well as sheep, emu, ostrich or deer farmers. Cyclone offers two barbed wire options. The first and more traditional 2.5 soft Iowa barbed wire remains popular with farmers in a range of farming environments. The second variety is the high tensile reverse twist barbed wire. The reverse twist feature makes it easier to handle. Cyclone supplies chain link for a variety of applications. 900mm chain link is ideal for residential purposes. 1800mm chain link is manufactured for use in sports, safety and security installations. Chain link can be supplied to custom height specifications. Cyclone is able to supply a full range of staples in all sizes. Barb, sliced and diamond point varieties can be supplied in either zinc galvanized or zinc aluminium alloy. Cyclone's droppers are efficient to install with their spring steel composition, increasing durability to impact. Droppers are typically manufactured in 4mm galvanised spring steel, but custom sizes can be made available on request. Some final quality steps are taken before the finished product leaves the factory floor. Knot testing is carried out under laboratory conditions to ensure appropriate strength and quality is maintained throughout the process. Once the fence products are coiled ready for dispatch, a sample is flat rolled to ensure maximum usability in the field. It's an exhaustive process from steel plant to rolling mill to wire mill and finally to the factory floor for product manufacture. And every step of the way, quality is maintained by a comprehensive program of best practices and testing procedures. The result? A range of products that Cyclone is proud to offer to the discerning farmer. Quality, reliability, longevity. Cyclone.